if you have a business, how can you scale it? If you don't have a business and it sounds like something you're interested in, but you don't know anything, it's like, what can you do? And for me, I found that YouTube and getting mentors has been the most helpful.
Oh,
but what was helpful for you in your earliest years?
Starting off, has to be mentors also.
Yeah.
Has to be mentors also. Because here's the thing, it's not like mentors are gonna be like, yo, do this, and you do it, and you become rich. It's not, life is not that easy.
Yeah.
But you get to, when you're around someone that's done it, you see all their habits and mannerisms, and you pick that up. A good example is a lot of successful people have very similar traits, right? That's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's not just like they were all born like that and that's how they ended up, and like, oh, life chose them. Like, no, like they had to like build this over time, because I was like the most undisciplined piece of shit ever. Like, I was just like, I had no plan. I was like, oh, cool.
So not only did you have no plan, but you were also undisciplined as shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like, and over time you like build it up. Like you see like, hey, if I wake up earlier, because I hate waking up early. I'm up at like 3 a.m. at night. But I understand that like, hey, waking up early is probably like a good thing to do sometimes.
Sometimes,
so,
yeah. Throw it in there.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, I understand like if I have a meeting at 8 a.m. and that's the only time someone can meet, I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. and make this meeting.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just like, just part of it. Or it's like, hey, I need to squeeze in, I'm going to have to do work 14 hours today. I'll make it happen. It's just all part of your discipline.
Yeah. Disciplines are huge.
And here's like a huge thing I learned from Ty, since we're on the talking about mentors. It's called like a conscientiousness score, and I guess it's divided into like 4 things that determine like how successful someone is. And it's like prudence, which is pretty much decision making; diligence, which is hard work; perfectionism, which is just making sure you don't make mistakes; and organization. So it's prudence, diligence, perfectionism, and organization.
Yep.
And like conscientious people will have these traits, and that deter, like, it's like correlated with someone being successful. These 4 traits.
And a lot of it is stuff that you can create. Like you said, you are an undisciplined shit. So if you can do it, then anybody can do it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And it's, you just have to learn. And there's a bunch of tools. Like I started using a planner. I never thought I would use a planner. Especially me, because I'm just kind of like, oh, cool, like, let's go do stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, this shit, like, I need to remember when I have 8 a.m. meetings. I need to plan for those days.
Yeah, planner, like, you start using resources to just help you.
Yeah.
And some people just have it on top of the head. I realized I didn't. So, planner, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
Once again, fixing a need. You're the type of person that needs a planner, so you need to get a planner.
Right, there's some people that have problems, like, that have, like, a lot of fear or problems, like, taking action.
Yep.
Luckily, I wasn't one of those people, but I was disorganized. But if someone's scared to take action, they should just implement it. Have you heard like 3-second rule?
Yeah, I've heard
yes.
Mel Robbins, right?
I'm not sure.
She does a whole. Hers is 5-second rule.
Okay.
But she ended up doing like researching a bunch, and she got her life was like shit. Her marriage wasn't good. Her kids weren't good. She hated her career, and she has this huge movement, I guess you could say, because it's now not only a book and her speech, but it's also like the entire movement of people that it's like, if you count down from 5 seconds, you just do it.
Right.
Whether it's getting out of bed, whether it's getting in a cold shower, whether like whatever it is.
Everything, like,
decisions have to be made quick.
Because even with me, like, I had no problem like taking action, but that shit changed my life too.
Really?
Because it's like, since I do 3-second rule, it's like, what? By the time you get to 3, you literally just do whatever it is you're gonna do.
Okay.
So, regardless of like, you probably see on Instagram I just do backflips everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like literally like count to 3 and just fucking do it. It's scary, but like, it's just like when you do something.
Yeah.
After that, there's like a thrill. It's like not comparable to anything else.
Yep.
So that's why I went skydiving. That's why I'll go places, or I'll do backflips, or because it's just like when you approach life with no fear, you just like, you're excited.
You also take every opportunity that comes its way.
Exactly.
Because opportunity is quick. It's a passing of a person. It's one thing that you can add to a conversation, a comment you can make. And all of those opportunities are very quick. Things happen really fast. I know Tony Robbins talks a lot about how every single morning he gets up and does like that crazy, wicked hot sauna, and then he does a cold plunge. And he's like, there's never been a single day that I've ever wanted to step even a foot into the cold plunge. But he was like, I have trained myself over the years that when my brain tells my body to do something, it does it. So it's kind of like the same thing where, it's real. When you hear, like, say in person too, you're just like looking up, you're like, holy shit, he's so cool. But it's so true. Him, just like anyone else, he trained himself to, when he has a thought, when he has something that he wants to do or needs to do or has to do, whatever, he does it immediately. He doesn't allow, he's like, I don't allow my brain to argue with my body. He's like, I just do it.
I think that's like that's like great. I think that's what I do with backflips. No, dead ass, like dead serious.
Tony Robbins changing the world. I do the same thing with backflips.
No. I mean, like, you know, you said like you did the cold plunge, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've done. I think I've done with kind of like myself to just go do shit.
Yeah, for sure. You have to, because if not, then you hesitate.
Exactly.
And if you hesitate, like, I'm big on how you do one thing is how you do everything. So
for sure,
if you're hesitating with backflips, you're gonna hesitate in other areas of your life.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, just go do shit.
Big advice of the day: go do shit.
Go do shit.
Go do shit.
Biggest takeaway from this podcast: go do shit. Shout out to Nike. I need a sponsorship check ASAP.